I remember seeing my mom. I remember waking up and I was like, "Where's my mom? Where's my mom?" And I saw her with her sus maletas in the entrance of the house. And I was like, "Where are you going?" And she was like, "I'm going far, but I'm gonna come back. And if I don't come back, you will always be in my heart. Cause of course these trips are very dangerous. You don't know if you're gonna make it. You don't know if you're gonna stay. You don't know where you're gonna stop at, where your trip is gonna stop." When my mother left, I was left with my grandmother. And everything was just, at the beginning, it was very sad. Everybody felt so sad. And after a couple of years, time went by. So that's when my mom decided, I'm going to bring my kid to the United States. She prepared this trip. And when I was 8, and I didn't want to come to the United States. And my grandmother told me, no le eches sal al viaje, which is like, do not put salt into the trip. You're gonna somehow just destroy it with your thinking. And I remember until we got to like kind of close to La Frontera, and we actually walked towards the river. I was like, so I'm gonna have to walk. So they were like, as soon as you get there, as soon as you touch floor, as soon as you touch the soil, just grab whatever is in there, palos, whatever. They were like, you have to get to the other side, and that's what we did. I was a I was a little kid, and I walked and walked and walked until I found this little house. Maybe I walked like maybe 20 minutes before I could find a house, and it was this woman there. So they called ICE, and then they bring me to this cold place that I'm not really sure if they do it so we can suffer and we're not gonna try to come back again. The the ICE agents, they were telling me if your mom really loved you, she would come get you. Why is she not coming? She doesn't love you enough. And I was like, does she really doesn't love me? They said that they weren't really sure because she sounded so uh, unworried about me being there. And so they actually try to play with your mind a little bit because they were telling me, convince her to come get you. If not, she doesn't love you. And that's what I did with my mom. I was like, you don't love me then? She said, yes, I do, but I can come get you. I'm not legal in here and you know it. Later on, I found out that what they wanted is that my mom would go there and then actually deport both of us together. They sent me back to Honduras. So the gang members in Honduras, they have this thing that is called el impuesto de guerra. It's not impuestos paid to the government, but it's taxes paid to them. And so I remember this one day, they followed me from school to my house, and my grandmother was cooking, and they got there, and they told her that they knew who she was, and they said, "We know you receive money from the United States, so we need that money, and if not, you have to leave. We're gonna give you 24 hours for you to leave, because if you don't leave in 24 hours, then we're gonna kill you, and we're gonna kill your kid." They took the TVs, they took my PlayStation 2, they took the equipos de sonido, all of that stuff, they took it with them. The house was empty. And my grandmother said, well, now we have to pay less money to move out of here. Because of the situation that happened with the gang members, my grandmother had to look for a solution. And my mom got scared too. So they tried to get me to the US. And it was a lot of people. Maybe I was in a group of maybe like 20 people that we were seeking asylum in the United States. So after a month of being in a shelter, they transferred me to San Antonio to another shelter. I was there just for a night, and after that one night, the next day I was supposed to be meeting with my mom. Then I got to this place, and there's a lot of other people reuniting with their mom, their dad, and they're happy. And then I am there lost. I do not know where my mom is at. And then my mom was looking for me too. And because I don't know if it was her makeup, if it was the way she was dressed, if it was the tacones, I don't know what it was, but I didn't recognize her. She hugged me and she was like, "Mi niña," and then she couldn't stop saying "mi niña, mi niña, mi niña," and I was like, "I'm not a niña no more." I had to make that clear. At the beginning, I couldn't understand why my mom would decide to just leave the country and leave me behind. But then now I'm an adult, I see how expensive things are. I see how hard to get one thing is. And she focused. She had that one goal and was bringing me into the United States. If she didn't love me, she wouldn't have tried so many times to get me here. Now I see that she went through so much. She was going through battles herself, and still she didn't forget about me. She always had me in her heart, in her mind.